Hi, everybody. My name is Andy Couturier with theopening.org, and I'm here today with one of our 5-minute writing tips. I'm here at my writing retreat cabin in the mountains, and today I'd like to share with you a question a lot of people have, which is, how do I get started? And people get very freaked out about this question, how do I get started? So I have good news for you today that are you ready? You can start anywhere. And I want to explain why that might be true. So even if you think that can't be true, just listen for a second. So, what I'm going to suggest is you think about whatever it is that you want to write about, that you care about writing about. And instead of putting all that, like, I have to have a Roman numeral outline, or I've got to have my whole project mapped out, or I just don't know what's going to start the book, and therefore I can't start writing. Instead of thinking those kind of things, I'd like you to instead take a breath, take a moment, and think, what am I interested in right now about this project? Right now. And that's actually important because you're going to have to touch into something that's true for you at that moment. And I'll talk about that in a second. So we want our final book to feel organic and feel maybe intuitive and have a nice flow to it. We don't want it to be random, and that's why we sort of freak out. We think we have to have a Roman numeral outline. But we don't. And actually, if you do have a Roman numeral outline from the beginning, possibly your book's going to end up being stuffy and uptight, and it'll feel that way to people. So, step one is take some time. 30 minutes is a good amount of time to just write whatever, but feel into what you care about the project right now. It might not be what you cared about yesterday. It might not seem like the most important part of your project. It's what you care about right now that really is going to make a difference in terms of having powerful writing. And that's what we're after. Now, I'm going to have to warn you that this takes some time. Writing a book or any project takes time, but it's great to have that time, and it's great to spend that time with what you care about in your own creativity. So it's not a bad thing that it takes time. You do a lot of these sessions. Sometimes they're half an hour, sometimes they're 15 minutes in the car while you're waiting for somebody. Sometimes it's you have 2 hours, or you even put aside a whole day. Each time you write about what feels important to you at that moment. And the reason for this is it's like follow the leader. Follow the leader is like the leader in a sense, an arborist or a person who's into horticulture uses the term leader. Leader is the very, very tip of the plant, the bud that is creating the new life. And actually, whether it's a maple tree or a corn plant or a clover, that moment where it's emerging actually determines what the entire plant or book is going to look like. So you follow the leader, whatever is coming out, and try to write as honestly as you can. Don't read back, don't evaluate, don't judge it. This is very important because otherwise you're going to activate the wrong part of your mind, the wrong part of your brain, that prefrontal cortex, and it's going to end up being full of fear, and you're going to maybe not even keep writing. Step two is when you have, I don't know, 10 pages or 50 pages, a chunk of writing, you go back and you look for where the energy rises. And that is where the writing has better vocabulary, or the sentence structure is exciting, there's good rhythm to it, or that just the ideas are strong, or you've used unusual language. And you circle those parts. Say you get 5 of them, just for example. Step 3 is cut and paste those 3 chunks, or maybe you get, if you have a lot of pages there, maybe you have 8. You're going to cut and paste them in an order that seems organic to you right now. Maybe it's an interesting place to start that you didn't think you were going to start. Maybe it's something you sort of threw in as an afterwards, but actually you realize that's where the energy is. What would it be like to start your book right there? Put that in the first place. Then use your intuitive mind, put the second one in, third one in, fourth one in. And that's how you'll actually get a book done. Now, I'll talk a little bit more about these, how this would work in getting a whole project together. But the main thing is you just feel the energy, use your intuition to put things together, and you've got the beginning of a project. Okay, so if you want to find out more, check out theopening.org, and see you for another one of our 5-minute writing tips and exercises next time. Bye.